A red pill philosophy viewer in the 8th grade has sent me a private message asking for some advice. The problem he's having is that on every single level of his life, things are not the way he would like them to be. It seems like everything is just a vacuum, sucking him into the slavery of modern society, which, by the way, the whole slave aspect of society is quickly beginning to crumble, and it's making way to something that Seth Godin, best-selling author, calls the connection economy. So the problem he's having is on different fronts. It's on a career level, it's on a social level, it's on a parental level, and it's on a general fear, what do I do with my life level. So on the first point, I think what I would have to say is that when it comes to career and what you're going to do in life, the school system trains you to believe that you're going to just become one thing, because that's the corporate model. I mean, schooling is workforce training. Schools are basically how corporations outsource workforce training to the taxpayer and have them foot the bill by paying for public schools, which is basically just training for corporate life. Fucking sorry about that. Which is basically just training for corporate life. Now, that old model of you get a corporate job and you do one task and you repeat it over and over and over and over again and you get a nice paycheck and everything's simple and safe and secure, that model is crumbling because the overall human race, primarily thanks to the internet, no longer wants predictable, repetitive, and safe. We want risky, bold, and meaningful. And this is called the connection economy. Again, you have to check out the book, The Icarus Deception. The Icarus Deception. That's I-C-A-R-U-S. The Icarus Deception by Seth Godin totally blew my mind, and he has transformed the way I do so many of the things I do, and with fantastic results. Basically what he says is that we're coming into a connection economy. The old industrial economy is quickly beginning to destroy itself. It's done. It's gone. It's still going to be there for the basic biological process, but even then, all these factory jobs that humans used to man, machines are taking over. And machines are getting replaced. I mean, humans are getting replaced by machines. So what is a human going to do? Well, it's actually good, because now that the machines are taking over, that means humans don't have to do the mind-numbingly boring, repetitive factory jobs that we're so used to doing. So it's actually a good thing, because now you actually get to spend time doing more of what you want, your art. Because see, the machines take over and the price of running businesses goes down. So manufacturers, corporations can lower their prices, which means when consumers buy their products, consumers spend less, so they have more money left over to spend on random shit. And what are they going to spend it on? Well, people work because they want to spend money. That's why you work. You don't work to... I mean, some people accumulate the money, but you accumulate the money with the intention of somehow using it one day. And what do people like to do? They like to spend their money. And that means they're going to be spending their money on your art. When I say art, I don't necessarily mean painting. I don't necessarily mean, singing. It's basically anything you do that is passionate, that is passion-driven. So this is the new economy that's coming in. So the most important thing I have to tell you when it comes to your career, what you're going to do in the future, is that you have to change your perspective from, I'm just going to get good at one thing, and I'm going to do one thing for the rest of my life. That's not it. Listen, I have a camera, okay? And I help out my old roommate doing corporate gigs, filming commercials for corporations. At the same time, I have a red pill philosophy. At the same time, I do documentaries, but I also write articles. At the same time, I'm always on Craigslist looking out for random gigs. One time, someone paid me $100. They were from another state. They wanted to come to Miami to film a music video. They paid me $100 to show them around the city so they can get good spots to film the music video. I mean, these are the kind of random little things that happen in the connection economy. The old structured, predictable model is gone. You have to learn to embrace change. You have to learn to embrace your fears. You have to learn to embrace uncertainty. This is the new economy. But here's the thing. Seth Godin, in one of his speeches, he fills up a water balloon, right, on stage. He fills it up while he's giving a speech in front of a bunch of people. He fills it up and he throws it into the audience without telling anybody, with the possibility that the water balloon might explode and like embarrass him and wet the person, destroy their phone. Who knows what would have happened. The reason he did that was to show that the connection economy is about overcoming your fears. Now, this is so goddamn important. In my experience, the biggest thing holding me back from getting to where I am today, where I'm making money doing what I love, the biggest thing always holding me back was fear. It was the fear of doing the uncertain, the fear of doing the unknown. When I began to look at fear as something I have to confront, I'm addicted to confronting my fears. I can't help but confront my fears because I see the reward of confronting fear. You want to know what the reward of confronting fear is? It's almost like a spiritual journey almost. Let's not even call it spiritual in case that is outside your worldview. It's a personality transition that is so goddamn important to how you navigate the new connection economy. The connection economy is not about predictability and safety. The connection economy is about raw humanity. The great thing is that you get to be a fucking human again, man. You get to be a fucking human again, bro. This is some Renaissance era shit going down. This is the internet revolution. You know, you want to talk about the Renaissance hundreds of years ago. Let's talk about the internet Renaissance, my friend. This is going to be incredible. We are stepping into a new age of creativity, new age of independence that gives you the freedom to be a fucking human, to make a living doing things you care about, instead of making a living only because you care about green pieces of fucking paper that buy you useless shit that never fucking fulfill you. So that's my advice for you on the career front. On the career front, you have to embrace the connection economy. Read Seth Godin's book, The Icarus Deception. Must fucking read. It's also available in audiobooks. You don't have to read it while you're working out, while you're riding bike, while you're stuck in traffic, while you're stuck in your stupid class. Pop in the headphones, multitask. Audiobooks, I can't recommend them enough. Audible.com, check it out. By the way, I'm not affiliated with them, so I'm just saying it's a good fucking service. Next, you talk about how your parents are very strict, and although it's not too big of a problem for you, it still kind of bothers you. Now, this actually, I think, ties in to what you were saying about, by the way, the little school kiddies, the school behind me. You have a problem with the fact that your parents are very strict, but you also say you have a problem with your socialness because you feel like people are all just dumbasses stuck in the matrix. And so here's a challenge I propose to you. Instead of complaining about how dumb people are, become a leader and inspire them to follow you into awakening. The problem with people who are really ahead of their time, like yourself, you seem like you're ahead of your time. You're in 8th grade, you're writing really articulate letters to me. You understand it all. People ahead of their time have trouble connecting with the average person. This is nothing to, no, I'm not trying to offend the average person, but it's true. For whatever reason. And so your job is not to make friends. That's not your job. When you're ahead of your time, your job is not to make friends. Don't try to, scramble up to people and can you be my, no. You're too good to go make friends. What you have to do is become a leader and the friends will naturally follow you. So instead of pointing the finger in a criticizing way, saying these people are just dumb, I can't have any friends. No. Why don't you become a leader? Become so positive, fearless, sociable, interconnected with people around you that people have no choice but to want to follow you. And once you have a following, well, now you have a following of people. And once you have a following, that means you have people who want your stuff, who want to know what you're up to. And that's how you can begin making a living off whatever the hell you want to do. What I'm trying to tell you as well is that you're not going to know what you're going to want to do in 8th grade. Listen, 2 years ago, I had no fucking clue I was going to be doing videos and getting money for it. Never would have thought that in a million years. In fact, I didn't even know it was going to happen until like a year ago. It just happened so spontaneously. You shouldn't so much focus on achieving some predetermined goal, like, oh, I'm going to become this, and then hope 4 years from now that's even relevant to who you are. Instead, what you should do is take baby steps forward in many different directions, wherever it feels good and right for you. And as you move forward, unique little opportunities are going to present themselves. You're going to learn this, you're going to learn that. Some people, you might do something and it makes the news. And then you're like, oh, maybe this is what I should be doing. You just little by little, you start branching out. Right now, you're just in 8th grade, man. You're in 8th grade, you've been trapped in the little fucking hold your hand system called public schooling your whole life. You've developed nothing. You've probably developed nothing, minimal, of real world experience, reality, understanding, connectivity. Here I am, let's fucking do something. You've probably developed like none of that. So you're still here. You haven't begun to spread out. I've said it before, I've tweeted it before. Plant seeds today, and tomorrow they'll blossom into opportunities. Plant seeds today, and tomorrow they will blossom into opportunities. You have to tread blindly into the unknown, for it is the only thing that has ever moved man forward. You have to tread blindly into the unknown, for it is the only thing that has ever moved man forward. You will not know where the next step is going to take you. You will not know where the next step is going to take you. You don't know where it's going to take you, okay? But you don't have to. All that matters is you keep taking steps forward. You have to have, I don't want to say faith, but you have to have a sense of confidence in yourself that as you move forward, doing things you're not really sure where it's going to take you, you have to have the enough confidence to know that wherever you end up, you're going to fucking figure it out. And that's what school doesn't teach you. School says that every single step you take is leading up to something certain. It's going to lead up to a high school diploma. That's going to lead up to entry into a college. It's going to lead up into a college, getting into a college. That's going to lead up to a job. That's going to lead up to a high-paying career. And it's going to lead up to eventual retirement, where it's going to lead up to, well, you're going to die. The American dream. A pie in the sky, retirement, always in the distance, always luring us forward, always convincing us that going into debt to buy useless shit is enjoyable, always convincing us that following these predetermined paths is somehow inevitably going to make us happy. When you have gigantic suicide rates, half the American population can't get through the day because they're on fucking, if they wouldn't be able to get through the day if they didn't have their medication. Could you imagine if we took away medications, these legal drugs from everybody? No one would get through the day. This country would collapse. We are chemically dependent on drugs, my friends. Drugs. Just to fucking get through the day in this goddamn fucking evil system that we live in. So we want to talk about how the American dream is so good. How good is the American dream if we can't even get through the day? So many of us can't even get through the fucking workday without popping a pill to chemically alter our brain to distract us from the misery and the quiet desperation of our everyday lives. So I challenge you to become a leader. I challenge you to become a leader. Do not point the finger and say people are idiots. They are helpless, okay? They are so helplessly dependent on the system that they will fight to defend it, as Morpheus says in The Matrix, okay? What you have to do is be so certain of yourself, so committed to being the leader you are, okay? Because if you're watching my stuff and you're responding to my fucking video and you're sending an articulate message like that, you're a leader, my friend. You are a leader waiting to be actualized. And I wish I had this advice when I was in fucking 8th grade. Because I started when I was 23. 20 fucking 2, 20, not, it was like 23. Like 23 and a half I started really waking up. That was like 2 or 3 years ago. Look where I'm at. Look where I'm at. This is getting good. It's getting good. Now imagine you in the fucking 8th grade. Fuck, man, you got a real big head start. So this is a very long video, but you had a lot of interesting topics. The last thing I would say, well, no, that basically covers it. That basically covers it all. Again, it's a matter of understanding. You're still living in a mind frame of got to get one career, got to get one job. That's not how the world works anymore. Nowadays, you read an article on the internet, and at the end of the article, there's a donate button. People donate 20 cents. Okay, the level of fluidity. Okay, the level of fluidity between interactions in the marketplace is so much more subtle and tiny and spontaneous. It's not going to work for a giant central corporation anymore. It's not like that anymore. Now it's so much more subtle, spontaneous, bursting out of little fucking opportunities everywhere. The world is just electric with opportunities everywhere. Most important thing, go read Seth Godin's book, The Icarus Deception. I-C-A-R-U-S Deception. Essential reading. I hope it helps. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to leave them. Possibly in the comments below. Ideally, send me a private message through YouTube. Just click on the homepage of my YouTube channel. Click on the About button, and there should be a send message icon right there. Guys, thank you. Oh, here's a school for you. School with the little slave children, little fucking slaves. I pity them, I really do. I'm not trying to, like, be a douchebag, but it's sad, It looks like they're having fun, right? They're all out there. Look, I'm playing with basketball. I'm free. Yeah, well, look at the fucking cage surrounding them. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Take care.